Huh?
Yo.
Hey, what's up?
Actually, I'm watching a zombie movie and eating onion rings and chicken fingers.
Ah, I see. Alright, let's see if anyone else is gonna come. Like, right
And
now.
I'm here.
Oh, great to know. Great to know. Alright, just waiting it out. Just waiting for. Okay, all thy calls failed.
Where are all the white women?
When did we have any?
Well, Durzer is...
Right, he's not going to be here right now, but he hopes he'll be able to jump on later, so...
He told me he'll be about 23 minutes late.
Right.
That's not a woman.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. Have you talked to him a lot?
Yeah, I talked to him.
I have extensive, what's the word I'm looking for? Interactions with Durzer. I don't know, man.
Alright. Anyway, welcome to the KWCC, everyone. I am KaijuX, the editor-in-chief at the Kaiju War Chronicles, and today is also a very special day because it is the first year anniversary since we started doing this.
Oh, really?
Yeah!
Holy crap.
Yeah, I know. Crazy, ain't it? freaking a year ago. Oh, man. Or at least about a year, depending on when you're watching this. It's freaking nuts. I didn't even think about it until now. I was like, wait, we're a year in? Jeez. So.
Where's Gray Shot at?
He is not here right now. I'm honestly not sure why. He might pop up later, so.
He's dead.
I do think I know who should be in the KWC. I think we should make a special case for him.
Who might that be?
Well, to the Godzilla resurgence thread, especially the one about the quote unquote leaked script.
Judas.
Oh right.
Judas.
I'll be honest. I have not kept on top of that. So, I really don't want to spoil myself too much with the movie. However, if the case is if the script does, this leak script turns out to be, it's the real thing, this is what we're going to get, then I think more than likely we'll see Judas in the KWC. But, I mean, whatever.
Judas was literally a creation that was stemmed from LSD posting that he had the script, and me and Berkey all just got together. Let's flush this thing out.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh. But I mean, all I can really say is if it really does appear in Resurgence, and we do get another monster besides Godzilla, then yeah, I mean, I see no problems with adding it, even if it is really weird.
I'll tell you something. We already have another monster besides Godzilla. The movie.
Wait, what?
Wait.
Wait, what did you just say?
I said we already have another monster. It's the movie itself.
Oh, yeah. Well, I imagine there's going to be a bunch of let's get Shin Godzilla in the KWC support.
Yeah.
From a design aspect, I can maybe see why, but maybe not at the moment.
Right. I don't really see Shin Godzilla ever appearing in the KWC. I mean, yeah, I love that design, but I don't really see it appearing in the KWC. If I'm gonna push for another Godzilla, I'm pushing Showa.
There we go. Are you guys able to hear my fans or not?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
We can hear your fans.
All right, how about now?
Still.
Yeah, I can still hear it.
Alright, well, I don't want to turn my fans off because it's hot.
Oh gosh, I can imagine.
Okay, how about now?
That's better. I mean, oh yeah, that's better. But But yeah,
I put my headsets on, just move the fans over.
Alright.
Who else is coming to this then?
Wait, what?
Who else is even coming to this?
I'm not sure, to be honest. We might have Banner, we might get, Durzer, we might get Gray Shot, but that I mean, only time can tell on that. So.
Sounds fun.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. All I can really say regarding any other monsters that appear in Resurgences, yeah. I mean, if they're in there, we'll let them in. Because I think we have practically at least one design of every monster that's appeared in the Godzilla films, save for the Muto. So.
Well, we haven't got Kamui Boss in there yet.
Oh, right, Kamibas, yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, that's two then, fair enough.
I think there's somebody else also.
Well, Minya.
or the knockoff of Ibira Ganaim or something from Space Amoeba. That weird knockoff.
Yeah. Ganymes.
Oh yeah, Ganymes. Well, I guess just Toho. Well, like Toho films, period. There's still a couple more like Ganymes and a couple others, but like just strictly speaking, Godzilla, yeah, like Kamibas, Muto.
When are we getting Muto anyway?
Wait, what?
When are we even getting Muto in there?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure when those two are going to be popping in, but I think there should be a match popping up with them in due time. I just can't tell you when, because I don't know.
Or do you?
Probably actually does.
Watch, not really.
Tell me watch. What's going to happen is he just told me Karmagedon's match is supposed to get posted soon, and then we'll get the Muto instead.
Ah, that's the plot twist right there. How dare you see through my plan?
Gamagedon, you mean Billy the Triceratops?
Oh yeah, that's right, Billy the Triceratops.
I'll probably be the only person to actually even use this in the matches.
I honestly have full plans on using more obscure kaiju and, pushing them into more matches. But it's just the only thing that's been holding me back is writer's block, so.
Well, yeah, I did say a good job on the first match, which introduced Showa Mechagodzilla.
Thanks.
The month's been pretty good.
Yeah, I was not expecting to see Goliath.
Right. Yeah, that guy needed to see the light of day. So it was kind of the reason I chose the two of them. Like, Bemular hadn't had a match, and Goliath, yeah, he just hadn't had a match in a while. So, and I figured he could afford the extra loss for right now, so, eh.
And Durzer, he wrote that pretty awesome Mechagodzilla versus Gomorrah match.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I have not read the other ones after that match, though.
Right.
They were pretty good.
I imagine
they're pretty fun. They're pretty fun.
I'm kind of hoping when I get to match 172 that Mechagodzilla just turns and blows Monster X's head off, but I'm not holding my breath on that.
Well, I guess I shouldn't say. I was about to say a surprising win for a certain monster, but yeah. But I'm not gonna say.
I was gonna say something else here, but I don't know what it was. You know how we have multiple Mechagodzilla Showas because of the comics, right?
Yes.
Have you seen the last part of Godzilla Oblivion? How issue 3 ends?
I have not seen that yet. I'm hoping that we'll be there was just kind of an issue with a local comic shop, so I wasn't able to pick it up when it was available. So.
Do you want a spoiler?
Because
it does involve the KWC.
Right. I kind of figured because it's like I did see a couple things in Oblivion that is kind of like, this could be a thing in the KWC.
Yeah,
maybe not.
This could be what I'm talking about here. Could be a legit thing in the KWC.
Right. I don't mind spoilers myself. So, Godzilla vs. Jason, do you mind spoilers?
Who the hell reads the comics?
There, good answer. How would you feel about an army of Kius?
Army
Wait,
of what?
that's going to be a thing?
Yeah, that's how issue 3 of Oblivion ends.
Wait, what? Army of what?
An army of Kius. Like how that Godzilla Rulers of Earth had an army of Showa Mechagodzillas.
Mm-hmm.
The end of Oblivion issue 3 has an army of Kius descending down upon King Ghidorah and Godzilla. And not just like one or two, but it's like an entire army.
Holy frick. That's crazy.
Don't know where they got all the bones for the Kius, but...
right. That must be a lot of dead Godzillas lying around.
Wait, isn't it Kiryu, not Kiyu?
It depends. Like
I've said Kiyu.
Right. The like the DVD, like the dub for I think Against Mechagodzilla calls him Kiyu. So
Yeah, that's kind of where I got.
Either say the name right or don't say it at all.
Don't even bring that up, because I will start saying monsters' names wrong. Just
on purpose.
ask Space G92 when I do on our calls, and he starts getting on me for saying Ganymedes wrong. He's like, it's Ganache. I'm like, no, it's Ganymedes.
I pronounce it Ganymedes, but I pronounce Camibus as Camibus. So.
Boy, boss.
But yeah, regarding that, honestly, I never really saw Kiryu as an army type. Like Showa Mechagodzilla, I could see being somewhat believable because it's like the aliens did make two different Mechagodzillas.
And there's the possibility that they could just mass produce them.
Yeah. Right.
But then
Kiryu is a bit of an odd case, partially because part of his origins, going off of the film, does tie into the fact that he has the 54 skeletons. Like, what did they just clone a bunch of 54s, killed them all, and then stuffed them in the robot suits?
But yeah, that could become a problem once more people get wind of this. So you might want to make your decision if you're going to allow that. Honestly, Kiryu too.
Right. Honestly, yeah, I don't really see Kiryu or even the Heisei Mechagodzilla, if this ever happens to him, hypothetically speaking. I don't really see either of those two getting the whole, army treatment. I think the army treatment to Showa I just want that to be unique to Showa, so.
I actually completely agree with that.
So, yeah. Yeah, that's...
Don't worry, though. The Showa Mechagodzillas could be like the battle droids from the prequels. They get cut down easily.
What about Mechanicon? Cool.
Wait, what about Mechanicon?
I have an army of Mechanicons.
Well, I mean, nothing's really cropped up for that, so... But the
nothing's
idea of...
ever cropped up against it, either.
Wait, what?
Nothing's ever cropped up against that idea, though, either.
Well, right, but it's not like we throw in random armies of giant monsters because we can. We do have certain sources for this sort of thing. So it's like a lot of the crazy stuff we do add, there is, a certain source for it all. Like, Mecha King Ghidorah's new powers, that comes from something. It wasn't just like... It wasn't like Grayshot and I were on LSD, like saying, "Oh, we should add a tractor beam and ice spray." It's like, yeah. Now,
wait, are you on the drugs or the TK user?
Both.
Oh my.
Speaking of those random powers from Mecha King Ghidorah, I just want to say I am still overly salty the fact that he gets his stupid Godzilla Island powers, and I still cannot use Destroyer's Chest Beam or Oxygen Destroyer attack.
Oh no, it's the end of the world.
Honestly, I was actually... Hang on. I was actually going to push for, Mecha King Ghidorah having his video game powers, and by extension, other monsters with their video game powers. And honestly, this is the thing. The thing with adding new stuff is that the vote. I guess you could kind of say it has to be unanimous between Grayshot and Anthony. Like one can say yes, the other says no, and it's null.
Well, that's why you need a third party in there who can break the tie. That's democracy. That's how it works.
Well, right. And honestly, I kind of shot like Gray Shot, for all intents and purposes, is not going to be adding the video game abilities. So I'm going to make that clear right now. So a while ago I shot Anthony a message until he unfriended me on Skype. Don't. But
He does not like you.
I guess I must have sent him too many messages. But anyway, yeah, I shot him a message regarding, oh hey, do you think it'd be alright if we could add the video game powers to KWC? Again, and I think with the inclusion of the Godzilla Island powers and Jet Jaguar's liquid nitrogen breath, he feels as if he wouldn't mind having some of those abilities put into the KWC. He wouldn't mind that, but as long as it isn't anything too crazy like Titanosaurus or Varon Sonic Waves or whatever.
Oh, I know. Have the beams come out of Jet Jaguar's hands. Let's add that.
Right, exactly. That's
like just go through the powers from video games and just pick and choose which ones you want to include.
Well, right. Yeah, that's the thing with these extra power-ups is that you don't have to use them. If you want to make Mecha King Ghidorah more strictly to film, you can do that.
So well, that could be said though, like for like somebody else who wants to write a Destroyer match, they wouldn't have to use the Oxygen Destroyer attack.
Exactly.
But then I want to use it because I have a specific idea I want to do with it.
Right.
It's like, I can't use it.
Right. And again, like I said, me personally, I have no problem with adding video game abilities. And, Anthony also told me, just as long as it doesn't go too crazy, he's fine. It's just Gray Shot's the only one who's, gonna say no to it. So...
I'm just gonna, like, every time he says no to a good idea, I'm just gonna make that all-out Godzilla war match even more obnoxious just for him.
But, yeah. Like, actually, in the idea I proposed to Anthony, you are not going to believe... I honestly didn't believe it when he said yes. So, I proposed, the energy barrier for Mecha King Ghidorah, which I think was pretty obvious. It's like, that, we all know how that works, basically. Sure, he might not heal wounds, but, he'll recharge energy. You get the idea. The tasers, that was an interesting case. Because I was looking at the game, I was looking at the game, how it functions in the game, and it's pretty clear that the tasers were added in to replace the machine hand. Because, it kind of comes out of the same general spot. It, stuns monsters in place. So it's like, it's pretty much the game's equivalent of, it's just pretty much the game's version of the machine hand. So, it's like, there's nothing that would feel like, oh, where would this come out? Like, what would be the origin point for the tasers? And I said to Anthony, hey, would it be alright if we could put them at the tip of the tails? Because if you look at Mecha King Ghidorah's design, he has metallic tail tips that never really do anything.
Did he say yes?
He said yes. And the thing is that in earlier drafts of Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, there was actually a point where Mecha King Ghidorah shot lasers from the tails. So that's what they were apparently going to go for. So I kind of figured as a cute reference to that, maybe put the tasers on the tails. Again, they would still have the homing abilities and all that, so... But, yeah.
So he was essentially a laser light show, then?
Right. And honestly, it wouldn't be too out of character for Mecha King Ghidorah's motif, apparently, according to a movie studio tour, I believe, it mentioned how Mecha King Ghidorah was specifically designed to capture kaiju, notably Godzilla. And I think that's pretty evident through the machine hand and the capture cables. And I just also found it interesting is that, the ice spray kind of neutralizes monsters, the tractor beam picks them up, the freaking tasers, be good against flying monsters. So... Hey, keeps in character.
I gotta say, if we're actually gonna be able to use video game powers, then, depending on what y'all do, I suggest looking into Godzilla Domination.
With
Mothra,
Domination.
with with her exploding hatch grubs.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, like I said, there is...
Like, I forgot to throw my babies at you and they're gonna blow up.
Right. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Then there's King Ghidorah, which has his like magnetic ability where he pulls everything in, which kind of references his.
Yeah, I think that like references like some kind of magnetism that Ghidorah has. So.
And then Heisei Mechagodzilla with his rocket firing fist.
I think one could argue that might be a reference to shock anchor cables, but yeah, whatever. But yeah, I mean, if that day ever does come, and again, there is, from what Anthony told me, there is a certain limitation to it all. So it's like even if this stuff does get greenlit by Greyshot by some miracle, you know, there is still going to be a certain limitation to that. So what goes and what doesn't is just kind of up to us.
Well, yeah, I completely understand that. Like you said, I'd utterly hate to see, you know, the Varan and Titanosaurus beams from Unleashed get added. I would like to see King Caesar's ability to absorb solar energy, fire it out like he does in Unleashed. I think that'd be a cool little thing for him. If he's ever fighting something that doesn't have attacks.
Actually, I think it comes to my understanding that, at least from the description given for GU King Caesar, is that he was supposed to absorb, like, energy attacks and just, you know, fire it back. So, kinda Heisei Mechagodzilla-ish. Kinda. To my understanding, but I'm just saying.
I'd love to see Gigan teleport. Like he does in the Atari game.
Oh, right.
For that character.
Right, I mean, yeah, he is like an extraterrestrial life form, so I think like whatever technology they embed into Gigan, I see no opposition with giving him teleportation, so...
Megalon with his magnetism ability, especially that magnetic pulse or whatever he does for his rage attacks.
Oh, right. Yeah, well, I mean, he does have like electromagnetic cells. I think that's what stayed in one of those like one of those like cutaway books. He has like electromagnetic cells or something. At least in the drill hands. So.
Drill hands don't make a lick of sense though.
Right.
I guess speaking of video games, should we address the elephant in the room?
Which elephant?
Which is Monster Master.
Ow. That hurt. Nice show. But anyway, the battle soccer thing.
Right. So, anyway, it has come to our discovery that there is a 1992 video game called Battle Soccer, for those not in the know, that's pretty much like Godzilla, Ultraman, Gundam, and a Kamen Rider crossover where they all do soccer. And the thing is that the game has several sets of team. Like, you know, you pretty much got like Team Godzilla, Team Ultraman, Team, you know, Kamen Rider, and Team Gundam. And likewise, there are also opposing factions too, like, you know, Team Ghidorah, Team Killzy, Team, you know, Kamen Rider, Gundam. You get the idea. So, what we discovered through the opposing team for the for the Ultraman side of things, like, has an entire list of monsters in that area, which consists of Zeton, Bolton, Ace Killer, Ella King, King Joe, Killzy, and Kudata? Oh, hey, look, Greyshot's online. And anyway, let me add him in.
I cannot wait to use
But
Zeton and King Joe, I've been trying to find any loophole to get them in, and lo and behold, it's right under my
There was one sitting there for like who knows how long.
Yep.
The only condition is they have to play soccer in every match they're in.
Yeah. Wait, so
Hang on a second.
I know you told me that right now we're only focusing on Bolton and Zeton as of right now, but the others are good to go
Uh-huh.
for the future, right?
I mean, yeah, I think as far as we're concerned, like right now, we kind of want to get Zeton and Bolton in first, and then kind of add Ace Killer, Ella King, and King Joe later down the line. So.
But in the meantime, hello, I'm GrayShots151, Tyler Treeshock, or the head of the KWC, and I just joined because I realized I'm not in Eastern time anymore, I'm in Central, which means it's not at 6, it's at 5 here. Whoops.
Oh, that explains everything. Yeah, that's
Well,
right.
guys, he's here. Fun is over.
Gee, yeah, I got Andrew. I got your message. I looked at. I was like, I was doing something, and then I checked my phone. I was like, oh, I still got plenty of time. And I was like, 15 minutes. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Wait.
So, well, for those also not in the know, once again, to slightly divulge from the main topic, Grayshot moved to Texas recently. I'm not going to cite where. But yeah, he moved to Texas from his old home.
It rhymes with Smoshton.
So, yeah. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, to bring you up to speed, for the most part, we kind of talked about Judas, the unknown monster of resurgence. It has not been confirmed. The end of Oblivion #3 and what it entails. I told him about what regarding, we were talking about we were mostly talking about video game abilities for a bit, and then we just got onto the topic about Zeton and Bolton and all that good stuff. So.
Oh, cool. So I didn't miss any of the new KWC discussion. Awesome.
No. We didn't really talk about KWCs yet.
Haha.
So yeah, lucky you.
We talk about everything but those.
Yeah. This is actually just the C podcast. We're just the committee.
Yeah, the C podcast. That would be great.
But yeah, otherwise, yeah, there's been a lot of weird, like, I've been noticing, like, the weird things, and, well, I mean, rumors that, I've heard rumors that, now we have those available, that we now have, I think we spoke about last time about Evangelion being teased, but I don't think it's been, I've been checking up on that, and they haven't really shown anything else.
Yeah, there's no confirming yet of Evangelion.
I'm literally crossing my fingers if Evangelion is in that City Shrouded in Darkness game.
Uh-huh.
I am hoping to God that he is fighting Seichel. Because I want Godzilla versus Seichel.
What is a Seichel?
It's one of the angels in Evangelion. Which one is that?
He's the very first one.
He's the one
him. That, I described pretty much Judas as, except I gave him wings.
Right. Oh, yes. Yeah, that would be awesome. I would totally, if there are angels in that game, I would not mind having those suckers put in there. At least have, Evangelion 01 and, one of the angels, whoever appears in the game.
Well, the thing with another reason it'd be best to be Seichel is because of all the angels, Seichel's the one that has the most figures and models and everything. So there's plenty of, your rule for 3-dimensional.
Oh, right, the 3-dimensional rule, right? Oh, yeah, you.
There's plenty of that type of stuff for Seichel. I mean, I even got a Seichel figure from the mill right now, which is highly posable. So.
Oh, right.
I've just never seen the series, so I have no real bed for this. Oh, hello there.
You're not really missing anything. This Evangelion series is really overhyped. If you're gonna actually check it out, I suggest just checking out the first 2 Rebuild movies.
Right. The first 2 Rebuild movies pretty much kind of sum up most of the main series.
Yeah.
Up until the ending, Shinji, which kind of takes its own path.
Talking about Evangelion?
Yeah, and Shinji.
By the way, hello.
Shinji isn't nearly as obnoxious as he is in the original series, and he doesn't do any really weird I'm just gonna go out there and say it. This really weird and pervy things, you know, like his
That
comment.
scene in,
I've heard of the strange things he did. So yeah, no issues though. I'll probably check it out at some point. It's just I've always heard about that movie, the movies and the series, and it's like, oh, it's some great thing, but it's never really sparked my interest at all. I don't know why. It just doesn't. Like I look at it, and it's like, oh, giant mechs fighting monsters. Why aren't I into this? It's, I don't know, meh.
Because it's deep and symbolic.
It's not even deep. It's just stupid. It's like, I've said that before. Like, I don't like this series. Like, you don't understand it. It's deep. It's like, no, I understand it fine. It's just stupid. If I rebuild so much better, I just hate the characters in that show. At least Asuka, anyway. She's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm looking up images for Sachel right now. It's like, wow, there are a lot of really good model arts that could be used for KWC banners. So it's like, hey, if he's in that game, heck yeah, I'm getting
here.
him in.
If you want, you can even link this in the whole the description for this YouTube video here. Then, but there's a battle video that pretty much it compares the fights between 01 and Sachel from the original series, and it's pretty much shot for shot remake.
Mm-hmm.
But you get a good grasp of like all his powers, how the AT field works.
Right.
You can get a good look at how Eva fights and stuff too without her guns.
Right.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I kind of wish they showed one at a time, but...
Wait a minute, so they did that... Wow, this is really just interesting to the fact that it almost looks like they use the same cells. It's like, guys, here's what we do.
But they didn't, which is interesting.
Right.
They didn't?
They replicated them, but made them better.
Right. Like the animation, the style is much smoother and much better looking in the movie than the show.
Yeah.
So.
But
well, yeah.
The colors are brighter, and I love that stuff.
There's another video also that's like a similar comparison of Sachel Arrival, where he's fighting the self-defense forces.
Oh yeah. That freaking those first few moments. Oh gosh, that's beautiful. Yeah, and I also kind of dig Sachel's some of its abilities. Notably, the whole I think like energy piston thing. I think that's really cool.
Yeah. Like I can see myself writing a Godzilla vs. Sachel match. That's why
I know that would be so awesome.
I'm just hoping he's in the second one.
Right. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I hope the games have. City Shrouded in Shadow has some angel variety, because that'd be cool. Because from the way things are looking, that game features another Ultraman character, like Imitation Ultraman, possibly Alien Zarab, who disguises into the Imitation Ultraman. So it wouldn't be unreasonable to assume that there might be like one or two extra monsters from Evangelion or Godzilla or whoever else they have in mind.
Well, I can see them like only including Godzilla as survive, Godzilla attack.
Right.
But you can't. I just can't see any scenario for a survival game like that, in which you'd be surviving an Evangelion in the city, because they don't just go out and attack the city; they're always defending it. So I'm imagining there has to be an angel involved.
Right. It might be a versus scenario, a la Ultraman versus Imitation Ultraman. So.
Yeah.
Okay, I just have one quick question about I never understood this. Don't get it. Why does every laser that or the explosions in which you just showed me enter a cross? I'm pretty sure that's not how explosions work.
It's symbolic.
Yeah, it's quote-unquote symbolic, because Anno is like, oh, I can incorporate religious stuff into this anime, just make it cool, and that's exactly what we did.
Right. That's pretty much it in a nutshell.
It reminds me of Gamma 2 in that region. Like, the Legion, it's just that makes no... Why? Huh? Sure, I guess? I mean, it's a cool relation, but I mean, it has nothing to, like, there's a cross in, like, the opening thing. It's like there's nothing that relates to it in any way, shape, or form, other than the name.
Like, even the angels themselves.
You worked on both things.
Like, the angels themselves, from what I understand, they're not actually angels. They're aliens. They're literally giant aliens.
Yeah, technically, if you want to be technical, angels, you know, you could easily look at them as aliens. Like, yeah, I mean, you can kind of see them that way.
But I'm just speaking, though, these things aren't supposed to be supernatural. They're literally just aliens.
Oh, if it's like an invasion. If it's like an invasion, again, from what I've heard, it's like an invasion situation. Mankind is like being like Pacific Rim. Mankind's like been being backbiting and then like the Evangelion or like the robots are essentially all that they have against them.
Yep.
So,
I mean, there's a lot more like weird stuff that goes on in Evangelion. For example, Unit 01, the purple one. What you see is more actually like an armor on the outside. Okay. She's organic on the inside. And it's actually,
it's like a cyborg.
Yeah, and it's actually like it's Shinji's mom. It's like a clone of his mom or something, which is even weirder when you consider like the girl he's crushing on is also like a clone of his mom.
Yeah, the one called Ray, the blue-haired one.
Yeah, so
the definitive kudere, as apparently the trope is now known. I don't know.
Yeah, so now it's like, we just got this big incestuous relationship where Shinji loves his mom and he's also piloting his mom. So it's...
Ew.
It's Anna.
Is that why he's the only one that can control it? I like Pacific Rim better, where it's just like you just need two pilots that work together. I like that more. We just go with that one. We just go with that one, please.
But that's Eva in a nutshell.
Yeah, that series is really weird. Honestly, I'd say if you are gonna, you could kind of look at it as just like the so-called depth could be seen as superficial. So it really depends. It's really an acquired taste if you want to fully appreciate it. It is a bit of an acquired taste, in my opinion.
I immediately when you said that, I just imagined this is gonna go way off topic, but I just imagined like the launch procedure of like David Hasselhoff in the SpongeBob movie, like there's someone like going like the chest opens up and they like go inside and then it closes and the Hasselhoff like prepares for battle. Like that's immediately what you described of when you're like getting into someone's fight. It's like the guy from Men in Black. It's like get prepared. But in any case, I guess other than crazy, did you guys have any? Usually we have what crazy question can we invite or ask Gray Shots? Are there any others?
Have any of you heard about Etra?
Oh,
what?
I'm afraid to ask. What is an Etra, and why am I terrified?
What's what?
You said what is an Etra?
No, I said, have any of you heard of Etra?
No.
Sounds like a disease.
It sounds like a slang term for extra, except you just forgot the X, which is the coolest part of the word. I'm just saying.
Because it's X.
Rated X.
I mean, some might say a monster.
X?
Yes, of X. Oh. Yes, possibly.
Let the booze commence.
Boo.
So... Boo. I walked right into that one.
But what is an Etra, if you could go on?
Well, I heard about it, like, literally yesterday, actually. Like, on the 10 Cloverfield Lane subreddit thing. Because I do lurk Reddit from time to time, and I like 10 Cloverfield Lane. It seems it's actually a fan-made continuation sort of thing of the events of 10 Cloverfield Lane. Seems quite and I'm really getting in on it. Sort of a fan ARG.
Wait, did you guys say someone asked the most stupid question?
What?
Oh, no. Usually it's always like, hey, Gray Shot 151. Yes, Gray Shot. Yes. Hey, yeah, we want to see if X, Y, Z, and Alpha and Omega can enter the KWC. We have this, or can we actually do this crazy new thing with the monster? We've had the egg cannon. We've had monsters appear out of
We've
nowhere.
had the egg drop.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is all gonna
Okay,
happen.
so fine, I'll ask the stupid question. Can I be in the
Oh my gosh,
KWC with my
Godzilla
puns?
165 is now.
I throw my crappy puns at the other monsters.
I have a better idea. Let's all just become Titans and enter the KWC.
Yes.
Yes,
Well,
I
what-
support that.
Yes, I agree with this. I like whoever said that. I like. Okay, I'm going to ask it right now because I ran it by Andrew here a little bit before the chat began, and he says go for it. Good. It's good to go.
Right.
I have, and it's a legit idea, Gray Shot. Should give me a moment to say it. I have an idea for a Halloween match, so it would have to be posted on Halloween. It would take like a group of kaiju that are like, the quote unquote the survivors. So you probably have like Mecha, King Ghidorah, like a couple of the heavy hitters, and they would all be teaming together to survive a zombie apocalypse, which has affected kaiju. So you would have zombietized like Anguirus and Baragon and Monster X because he sucks and all this other stuff, and they're all like rotted out and like they're zombies.
My point to him was more or less, as long as it doesn't get too crazy in terms of powers, I honestly don't mind. And Jackson can work up some pretty crazy black magic, so.
Like I can't, I'm not gonna introduce any new powers. Like even the ones that do technically have energy attacks, they wouldn't be using them because their brains are so.
Oh, okay,
dead.
right. That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Could I make a recommendation? I would say yes to this, but to make it maybe again a little bit more KWCE, you could throw in the Matango.
I knew this was gonna come. That's exactly what he said.
No, not the Matango.
I hate Matango.
What? But it makes perfect sense. Like you have the arms like blasted off, and the Matango, it's like it doesn't matter as long as like the brain's intact. Because it makes perfect sense with the KW.
Monster Master confirmed racist towards Matango.
Yes,
But Matango is
against
the fun
mushrooms,
shit, right?
he hates them.
The thing with it is, like the thing with the zombies is the zombies want to eat. All right, they want to eat the survivors. The Matango, they don't want to eat survivors. They want the survivors to eat them.
Well, no, they want to consume. They essentially want them to.
I mean, I guess
consume,
both are
and that's the
both.
easiest way.
Oh, right. I guess you could argue both, will try and accomplish the idea of infecting. I guess it just kind of depends on how you look at it.
I
If
am
you're looking
terrified
for
of
them
Matango,
to
FYI.
if you're looking for them to eat other monsters, then maybe the zombie route can be a way to go. Because, it's like, maybe the disease has a certain cap point with certain monsters. Who knows? But with the Matango, with the Matango, its goal, I think as you said, is to infect other monsters and have it under influence of the Matango. So it's like, imagine if, it's like, what if they start shoving hands down their throats or something. I don't know. But I can definitely understand the appeal of having the infected monsters trying to eat the living monsters. I can understand that. So
you could incorporate like to get the monsters and how this whole idea. You could even set up like this whole. I mean, since you hate Monster X so much, and you can say the Exilians used the Matango to basically they're like, why should we fight them? Let's just have them kill each other using the Matango, and they end up infecting all of them, and basically infecting all their monsters, and then infecting some of the other monsters on Monster Island, and then the rest of the monsters are just defending as like all these basically spore infected creatures start attacking them. And then basically how they get infected is basically like the monsters, like their hands are shoved down their throat, and like it just spreads from inside of them. Just a cool note. Because it wouldn't be the zombie apocalypse. It'd be the opposite route, which technically I would say is cooler. I mean, you'd just be doing a trope at that point in Halloween. Whereas if you did it like this, it'd be new and refreshing take. There you go. Guaranteed, 100%.
If I do it that way, and I get this admitted to you by, October, you can confirm that it will be posted on Halloween.
I would have to speak to. I would have to double check with the guy in charge of the site. That one guy Arbach. But yeah, I'm sure he wouldn't be fine. I mean, speaking of exciting things that have just popped up, actually, So two things. One, we did just have Mechagodzilla Mayhem, which I thought was very awesome. I thought we were down one, which actually should be coming out very shortly.
To quote the comic book guy from Godzilla vs. Gigan, I think it stinks.
Gee, thanks. And then the other note is, I actually did exactly what you said. Monster. I did that a while ago. Except I did it on the forums. I didn't post it to the KWC. I did this as like a fan. I used the flood from Halo. I had a ship crash down and basically like infect everyone, and Godzilla just returns to the island and all the monsters attack him. So, yeah.
The idea I have going on is it would be, Godzilla, of course. You'd probably have Zilla. You'd have like two big bads. It'd probably end up being Space Godzilla and King Ghidorah. Jet Jaguar and someone like Heisei and Mechagodzilla, because I went tired using KaijuKaiju, would be teamed up. Probably like one of the very few like cities that are under siege, and they're like literally like just strapping off entire waves of like zombified kaiju. And at one point, I was gonna have Zilla get bitten and like not.
I support this now.
And not show that like he's been infected. And later on in the match, Zilla would end up turning and like take out like someone else of the crew before they take care of him.
Yeah, again, all that you're saying, again, I can't argue with that. I really like the idea.
Right. Yeah, whether it be zombified or Matango, it's like either way, the transformation process of turning into, that final state does take a while. So I am totally on board for that.
Yeah, it's slow. It affects the brain. I mean, it makes you go crazy. So, I mean, you could just have, like, Zilla just going nuts and just attacking anything. Like, you just, like, slowly, like, just, like, losing it, like, being less, ability to fight, and then just going, like, I don't know, rabid.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But I'll start planning it out.
By the way, I sent a link to that extra thingy.
Oh, God. It's the port extra?
Yeah. It's not actually...
Extraterrestrial Resistance Alliance. They should have thrown in the X in there now. They should have thrown it in. It would have made much more sense. Extra.
ETRA.
Well, I'll keep a note of that in the description if my half brain remembers.
Have a look.
Wow.
How many of you have seen 10 Cloverfield Lane anyway?
I have not.
I've seen it.
Does John Goodman cannibalize that girl?
No.
Oh.
I could that as a horror movie.
No. Wait, hold on. Okay, we're going back now. We're going back a second. Josh, you never saw the 10 Cloverfield Lane?
Nope, I had no interest in it.
It was so good.
It was better
than the original.
After I heard that it was literally just a movie that they decided to slap Cloverfield on for the sake of marketing, I lost all interest in it.
Listen.
Who did you hear that from, CZ?
Yeah.
Listen. It is not. Listen, it's a fantastic movie. Even if they change the ending, which, to be fair, I heard the original ending. This movie's ending worked so much better than I heard. Like, the rumor was, she saw the world was still burned or whatever. Like, she was the seller. But even if they did these changes, it works out so much better because, like, the
ending actually makes a ton of sense if you actually pay attention to the film.
Yeah.
I know it's.
I'm pretty sure.
I know she walks outside and there's a big spaceship overhead and stuff like that. I know that.
There's a lot more to that.
It's not exactly like that. There's more than that.
I saw like
the original ending.
Yeah. The original ending apparently, the movie was called The Cellar, and it basically had when she escapes.
That was like this prototype ending, really.
Yeah, this was the divergent point. Like, this is all speculation. This wasn't confirmed, but apparently she was in the hazmat suit. She left, and shortly after leaving, she found the road was in fact destroyed after she found a city which was just leveled.
Chicago on fire.
Yes. Wait, it was
Chicago fire. Yeah, it was Chicago.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, the ending of 10 Cloverfield Lane as it was in like the film was so much better, in my opinion. like far better than, and it made perfect sense.
This ending was probably better than the original ending, but I still think the ending was the weakest part of the movie.
Oh, who to you?
we got.
In my opinion, the ending really sealed it for me. Like, this movie is good. Like, it tied everything together.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, all the minor details, all the little stuff that she had, it worked so well.
If you remember, great shot. Remember, like, I remember Emmett was, like, joking, like, with Michelle, like, he even has this theory that it's, like, alien space worms, but it's, like, likely not that. Guess what it is? Freaking alien space worms. God. Boom.
What did I just walk into?
You know.
Talking about 10 airplanes.
Hey, look, there's your girl for you there, Alex.
I don't know. It just looks like a drugged out dog or something.
I think that's a battle toad. It's just
yes, it is a battle toad.
No, wait. It's a picture of Monster Master.
There are two of them.
Wait, hold on. Are you serious?
Monster Master is a lizard man. No, wait, an amphibioid. He's an amphibioid. The conspiracy is real. Wake up, sheeple.
I thought he was a humanoid from the deep.
Oh.
Or we can always just go to the little elephant thing, like he mentioned before.
I don't know, Durzer.
He's a creature from the Tak Maroon.
Well, actually, so do you guys know about this whole? Okay, switching topics slightly. Do you guys know about this whole distribution thing?
Which distribution thing?
For the Godzilla, the Japanese one, Shin.
Yeah, even Chris messaged me a little bit ago.
Yeah, I heard New World Pictures is not distributing the film, to my understanding. So.
What?
Yeah, because Chris literally messaged me earlier saying he doesn't know what's all going up, and he was like, he doesn't know what to do. I told him just like directly call out the company on Facebook. That's what I do.
Yeah,
that's literally what I do. If he was actually talking to them, like literally like 2 days ago about getting like resurgence stuff that's going to be exclusive to TK, and then he went and did this. And I just told him, I'd call him out directly on my Facebook. That's what I do, but man, he doesn't want to do something like that.
I'll tell you, Universal should distribute this new movie. How
about Warner Brothers? Because then it can be part of the...
yeah, it might help.
Judas
confirmed.
Judas confirmed.
What about Judas Priest?
No, just Judas.
God damn it.
We need Judas.
Damn it, man.
Judas needs to be the thing.
Yeah.
Fine, Judas and Banan could be both representatives of the KWC.
Oh my...
Oh, what about Alphagon?
Who?
Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta Gun.
Oh, the second monster from the Leap Resurgence script.
I have no idea. I mean, again, whatever. Just like Gray Shot wasn't here for this, or a couple of you weren't here for this, but we did, bring this up at the way beginning. And really, all I have to say is, if there are monsters in Resurgence, that we have.
MM is a prophet.
MM is the prophet. Technically, it would be LSD is the prophet, and I just piggybacked on this stuff.
But yeah, if there are prominent monsters in Resurgence, then I see no problem with adding them.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Godzilla. Listen, I love Godzilla solo. Like Godzilla solo movies are entertaining, but I always like Godzilla fighting something. I mean, it's not. I'm not gonna lie. It's like as much as I like the original Godzilla and Godzilla 1984. The fact is, Godzilla fighting and attacking something else has always been a great highlight. It's like having a Rocky movie without him fighting anything. It's like that just doesn't. I mean, it's like, or I guess that's not a good example. It's like I don't know. It's just like a trope with the series now. It's like James Bond not going to a far-off location. It's like it's just in the movies now. And when
it's like a James Bond movie without gadgets.
Yeah. It's like it's cool maybe for one movie, like him going like MacGyver, but it's like, okay, next time we want to see the cool cars and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Right. So yeah, having monster action, for me personally, on an entertaining level, will not hurt. I would not mind seeing how this Godzilla can fight, because if he can fight, it's like, okay, you have my attention. But if
Bring
not,
him to KWC.
Wow, you guys must really want some monster on monster action, if you catch my drift.
That's the best stuff.
Sounds
I can set you some interesting stuff.
Well, the main problem I see with the movie is how is he gonna, like, in the state he's in, he doesn't look fightable. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
you see Godzilla, like Godzilla Showa probably was the monster. Like, okay, he could move, he could fight. Hessie was like be more, but this one kind of has like that Hessie era kind of style where he's slow moving and not really doing too much. Maybe he'll get like actually moves, it'll look better, but he just looks very immobile.
Bulky, not fat.
Yeah, exactly.
Bulky, not fat. Yeah.
Well,
Really?
no. The surprising thing is, Godzilla Legendary was fat, and he could move like you could not believe. But this one looks bulky, and he looks like he was like stiff as can be. Like it's just like so. It's like, oh yes, one is CGI, one is suitmation. But it's just like,
Well, apparently this one's also CGI, but we can't be sure.
I'm putting money down that it's kind of like the 2011 thing, where it's a suit and props, but enhanced by CGI.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's one thing, because some of those shots look way too good to be CG. So it's like I have reason to think that's like it's probably just a mixture of both, which is a good thing.
Yes.
Because it's like if you're able to balance the effects
most
around,
definitely.
that's a good idea. So it kind of keeps the eye moving. Like, is that a suit or is that CG? I can't tell. But anywho, let's see. What was I gonna say? Crap! What was I gonna say? I had something.
Other than the monsters, like who would you want to see in Shin or Godzilla Resurgence that Toho first off would actually say yes to, and B that would fight Godzilla? 'Cause, okay. You're okay. I think that's You're not. Someone said Hedorah. I could maybe get.
Oh! Here's mine. Donald Trump, like the poster.
The greatest monster of our.
Billy the Triceratops.
With
Yes.
Barney at his side. Yes, makes sense.
Hey, don't make fun of Kamagidon.
Oh God.
Wait.
That's a champion.
KaijuX, hold on, guys. I got a good headcanon. KaijuX, what's the Triceratops' name from Last Dinosaur?
Oh my
Last
God,
dinosaur.
don't even
It
start. Don't even
didn't
start.
have a name. I think we called it.
Yeah, it was
Billy.
just-
Okay, so
giant
I got
Triceratops.
so remember my headcanon for Kamagidon?
Yes.
Brachiosaurus.
I got the perfect one for that Triceratops.
I will find you. I will find you.
And I will
Okay,
kill you.
hold on, guys, chill.
I will.
The Triceratops' name is Tony, and ever since the events of Rebirth of Mothra 3, where Grand Ghidorah horribly mutilates Billy, that Triceratops wants to get revenge on Grand Ghidorah, so he tries to go on like this action-filled hour-and-a-half movie adventure. But near the end, he fights that T-Rex from The Last Dinosaur and gets handicapped. That's why he can't enter the KWC, because he's handicapped, and he's a cripple.
Well, that's just. Oh, I mean.
Then after that, Billy gets reinvented by aliens, is given a second body, which is planted on his back, and a couple of stegosaur plates for good measure, and is renamed Kamagidon.
Yep. And that's the headcanon of our two Triceratops.
So hey, we had some KWCs released in May. Why don't we go over and take a look at those? See
Yes.
those writers.
We're an hour in, so absolutely.
Yeah, and we need some sanity into this topic because, dear God, oh my God.
You mean the boring stuff?
I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know where to begin with what you guys just said.
Match
So, in
170.
Yeah, match 170. Good old Andrew here created the match with Jackson on the banner, which, by the way, both were pretty good, and I liked the tease throughout the forums that we did with that. That was awesome.
Didn't we talk about this match last time?
Did we?
We did, but we're just gonna kind of go on an overview of Mechagodzilla month thus far, so or
Exactly.
Mechagodzilla Mayhem.
So we had a fantastic start where we got to tease the whole forum on this with Mechagodzilla Showa, and then we had 3 great matches follow, in which case we had Mechagodzilla, and shockingly, we had Gamora's first loss with Mechagodzilla Showa versus Gamora. Hey!
Yeah,
I know, it's about friggin' time.
By the way, did you guys notice the? I'm surprised no one's noticed in the forums, but the banner for that one, I actually tried to base off the premonition of the monster arriving and the end causing the end of the world.
Oh, right, yeah, from the movie. Oh,
Yeah,
I knew that looked familiar. Like, that looks good. It's like it looks familiar though.
I tried to well, they just did a red dye over it on that time, but it was like I guess she meant everything was on fire, so I tried to incorporate that into that shot. So surprised no one made note of it, but yeah, that was why everything was on fire and red. I tried to harken back to that. I tried to do that for the other ones, but after that I just said F it. I was like, yeah, that's all I got. That's about as creative as I can be.
Right.
I've only read the first 2 Mechagodzilla matches so far. I like them both. Once again, Durzer proves that he's an awesome writer.
Oh.
Yeah. Jacob, this was actually your match.
Yeah.
And what do you have to say about it?
Well, I mean, that match was written several years ago and was stuck in, KWC limbo, so a part of me kind of has to knock myself because I think my grammar and stuff could have been a bit better, but...
Well, you always see your early work, and that's what you always... Oh my god, I swear to god, more of the extra stuff. I swear to god. But no, this was honestly a way to do the Mechagodzilla, but as well as open up the back catalog, because we had a lot of Mechagodzilla show matches. We still have a fantastic one by Living Corpse that's going to be going up. I would say in the next few months or so. I was gonna have that. Okay, so originally there were gonna be 5 matches in the month of May featuring Mechagodzilla show, and I switched it out for something else, which should be coming out in the near future. But we had to put a curtail because of my move, and then as well as the breakdown of the site with the whole computer issue with Anthony.
And his 2 breaks that he took in May, so.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of got broken up there just because he was like, yeah, I want to put some other stuff on the site. I'm like, yeah, no problem, sounds good. We can go down to 4. Ruined the awesome amount of planning I had with the numbers, making it equal the year that Mechagodzilla was released. But that's fine. It's fine. It only happens once. Never get it again.
Yeah, I know. Oh well, at least
all that work, all that planning, all gone,
right.
all wasted.
All those hopes and dreams.
Well, at least my hopes and dreams came true with match 170, so hey, I have no problem.
Yeah, that is true. You were, you got that fake match where you get to ruin the hopes and dreams of the entire, apocalyptic Earth. Congratulations, Andrew.
Yes, and the community for hopes of Showa Godzilla.
Oh my god, yes.
Yay! We get to keep them out some more.
Yeah, by the way, thank you for bringing that whole discussion up. That was a fantastic thing to deal with on the forum.
Yes. But you see, it's part of my underground plan to get Showa Godzilla into KWC, so I should say that to Greyshot, though. He might not like it.
Well, we got 3 Mechagodzillas, so we have 3 King Ghidorahs now, not counting, Death Ghidorah.
Oh, right.
Like, why not? Why don't we just go ahead and give us a 3rd Godzilla and then call it a day?
Because we have Godzilla.
Honestly, if there is a capping point for pure Godzillas, its name is Godzilla, I think 3 Godzillas is perfectly fine, because it's you got Heisei as a solid, kind of like the Heisei obviously the Heisei representative, and can turn into Burning Godzilla, have all that fun stuff. Showa Godzilla, very physical, very his powers go through the roof. Have a ball with that. And Legendary Godzilla, I think, while his power set may be dumbed down, I think the fact that hopefully if all goes well that he's going to be getting sequels, it will be interesting to see how he evolves over the course of the years that come. And likewise, and I think Legendary, as far as I'm concerned, is going to be representing the Millennium Godzillas too. So, yeah, because
I say let's do it. Let's just put Showa Godzilla in and call it a day.
yeah. Right. I agree.
Well, here's my counterpoint. Just stepping in here. Well, you guys go based off that. I look at this and I go based off. Okay, what Godzillas do we have? We have Godzilla Source, Godzilla Junior, Godzilla Hesse, Godzilla Legendary, Mechagodzilla, Showa, Hesse, and Millennium with Kiryu, of course.
His point is
Violante, Space Godzilla.
They're not Godzillas.
They are, but aren't.
They're cousins. They're like cousins.
You cannot. They're in the same family, but that's
didn't
like.
Wait. In Godzilla vs. Biollante, didn't they say Biollante was a clone, and he said they're the same exact creature?
Yes.
Like,
they said
that.
You cannot sit there and tell me that Biollante is Godzilla.
Even though she technically is.
Biollante has the sole exception. Biollante is
she's as much a Godzilla as Orga. Like, I understand what you're saying about not wanting too many monsters that have Godzilla in the name. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem is, the only monsters we have that actually have Godzilla in the name that are actually Godzilla-ish are Godzilla Heisei, Godzilla Legendary, Godzilla Junior, and I'm just gonna throw this out there. Personally speaking, I'd rather see Junior get retired and bring Minya in. I'm just throwing that out there, and because he'd be a lot funner to write with. Godzilla Source is getting axed, and then you got the Mechagodzillas, which are completely different. And then there's Space Godzilla, who again is completely different.
Yeah. Okay. Here's my counter to this. And yes, they're all in the same family, but the main note of the matter is I understand Toho is like Godzilla. Like that, Godzilla is their biggest icon. But there is a certain point where I don't want repetition. And right now we get that. Right now our three main Godzillas are not defined by their era, but by their experience. At least for my note. With Godzilla Hesse being a nice middle ground, Godzilla Junior being a lower tier Godzilla, and Godzilla Legendary not being a higher tier Godzilla, I wouldn't say, but being.
But one can argue though is that Showa Godzilla could be the very fun Godzilla. Like he could do all the crazy campy stuff that Heisei can't do. Heck, I think Titanogoji. Right. Even I think Titanogoji even made note of this in the forums. That he said. Crap, what did he say? My mind blanked. He definitely said something regarding Showa Godzilla, and just for the most part, how, it's just kind of like, how different Showa Godzilla really is compared to Heisei, and all the crazy antics you can do with him compared to Heisei. Or, that's right, the fact that the reason why we write Heisei as a little bit more heroic than normal is because we don't have Showa. So if we add Showa, that might encourage people to write Heisei Godzilla as more Heisei.
To be fair, he was heroic.
Guys, we hate campy stuff. We have to outlaw it.
I'm not saying it's campy. If you can still make a fun Godzilla match in using Hesse.
Okay. You tell me. You sit there and tell me with a straight face and being completely serious how I am going to write a match featuring Godzilla Heisei versus Grand King Ghidorah, where Grand King Ghidorah tries to fly away, and Godzilla Heisei no, get back here, and takes to the air.
Right, exactly.
I mean, okay, you can't do that.
How can I get Godzilla Heisei to the moon without involving aliens? How can I literally write?
He couldn't fly to the moon anyway. He could only fly I think less than Mach 1, which technically you need to go at least Mach 17.
We're talking about
to be fair, Showa Godzilla was taken to Planet X, so.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, true, but you can still have the alien. We had what was it? We had the aliens capture Baragon. Baran and Manda.
I'm just telling you. I'm asking. Explain to me how I can get Godzilla Heisei. Moon.
Okay.
Without involving aliens.
How would you get him there anyway without involving aliens? Showa,
because Showa can fly.
Showa can't fly through the freaking. He couldn't fly that fast.
Showa Godzilla couldn't fly through space. That's kind of the fair point there. But
what's your evidence?
Better example. But hang on. Wait, hang on. Better example. How could Showa Godzilla get him, or how could Heisei Godzilla get himself out of, say, the Grand Canyon? You know, Grand Canyon, really deep. You know, falls down there. What's he gonna do?
Godzilla Heisei looks at the cliffside, looks at the cliffside, looks up in the air, looks back at the cliffside, looks back in the air, looks back at the cliffside, blasts the cliffside away, and then he just walks. It's
Fair
like
enough.
One Punch Man. It's just One Punch Man. He literally just punches or like blasts through the cliff, and then he's like, "Oh, I just walked through now."
I want to point out real quick that there's precedence of Showa Godzilla flying through space.
Don't even go with that Godzilla story or whatever.
I'm going there.
So hold on.
There.
Wait, guys. If Showa
Roseanne's a
Godzilla's
totally
flying through
different
space,
story.
does that make him a space Godzilla?
Like, how can I have a Godzilla versus Space Godzilla in an asteroid field?
You could have Godzilla. You could literally have. Okay, so Godzilla doesn't naturally go in an asteroid field because what you would have.
That would be Roseanne. That would be Roseanne, not Showa Godzilla.
It's still Showa Godzilla.
Technically speaking, from the story's perspective, yes. But
Exactly.
honestly,
So there's precedence to Godzilla.
From Sanity's perspective, it's not.
right.
It's true. I got you in a corner right now. Showa Godzilla should be able to fly through space, and that's another reason why he should be in the KWC.
Okay, right now you're just now saying any power. Right now you're just saying, hey, yeah, Godzilla should be able
I'm
to.
not saying any power because there's no reason to think that. Like back then in the 70s, if Toho or if Banno could have kept doing Godzilla movies, there'd be no reason to think that why couldn't Showa Godzilla fly into space? Because he could fly. I mean everything else.
He did it in one movie.
Actually,
He did it in one movie, but that's all it's needed.
There's precedence and then there's insanity. There's a difference. It's like saying, oh yeah, well, Godzilla blasted Kaiser Ghidorah into the air in Godzilla Final Wars. That means that Godzilla Showa can blast a monster into the... It's like, that doesn't correlate. Like, no.
Well, considering the physical strength of
Oh,
Showa
God.
Godzilla, you probably can throw monsters into orbit, alright?
He wasn't that strong. Like, he wasn't, like...
Do you know how heavy the Zone Fighter monsters are?
Oh, they're
They
heavy.
are-
Those guys are heavy.
Some of them are heavier
Yeah,
than Heisei Godzilla.
Yeah, and they're Showa size scale, like height-wise. And he manhandles them.
Yeah, and
Because
same can be said
Toho
with
did not
Godzilla
care
Heisei,
about
with
numbers.
Mechagodzilla Heisei.
Okay, well, the thing is, though, take Zandola, for example. Let's go to Zandola, for example. He is...
I think he's 95,000 tons, I believe.
We're going to go to him right...
He's a big boy, I'll tell you that.
He's a big guy.
Who are you?
91,000 at 78
Yep,
meters.
78 meters and 91,000. So Heisei is generally double the size of Showa. That would mean, in the Heisei era, he would be 182,000 tons.
But if
Which,
you do the basic, times 2 calculation.
which would mean he would be even heavier than Biollante in Bulgaria. He won't be as heavier than Biollante, but like Mogera, Mechagodzilla. Showa Godzilla would be able to literally lift up Biollante and throw her. Alright? I don't know
I'm
about you.
not sure about that, but I
I'm-
get your idea, though. I get your
I'm
idea.
just making a note here. Godzilla Heisei picked up Mechagodzilla, who was 50. I'm pretty sure it was 150,000
I
tons.
believe
Biollante's only
Heisei
100.
Godzilla has a capping strength of 150,000 tons, so...
Oh wait, yeah, Biollante was 200. Okay, so okay, I'll give you that one, but it's just like still Godzilla has always shown like impressive strength. Nothing to launch into orbit. Like again, Final Wars, I just like noted like that was just like insane.
Showa Godzilla
And plus,
can
to be fair for a
has
moment, with
the tail slide, the magnetism, the electric stuff. He does kung fu.
is capable of communicating with other monsters and forming
yeah.
strategies.
Like myself, I like breaking personalities a little bit when I'm doing the matches, but unlike someone, I'm not gonna have Heisei Godzilla start pulling German suplexes and tail slide kicks, because that's just stupid.
No, you're not wrong there. Okay, so here's the other note I have. Here's the other main note, and this is something that actually goes toward. So, why I introduced Godzilla Legendary, and many people ask, why didn't you bring Showa in? That would have been perfect time. Legendary's only had one movie. Here's also a note. Here's a fun fact. If we want to bring, on the note of Showa, he is, probably the Godzilla most people saw. But for me, I saw him as a kid. But the one I attached to was I'm the 90s. So mine was Hesse. Most people, if they were young now, they're probably going to get introduced to Godzilla Legendary. And as much as I would I'm thinking of the future. So Legendary is going to be more in films, so might as well have him now. But for me, for Showa, it's we already have, I understand he could do all these, 50 things.
Are you trying to say that Showa Godzilla is not iconic?
No, I'm making the note that Godzilla Showa my note is Godzilla Showa, as much as we have, again, you making all these crazy abilities, it's not too far out there. He used them in one-off movies. At least for Godzilla Hesse, he has a history of using these powers. The spiral ray he used for multiple films. For the Regeneration, multiple films.
I just want to say Godzilla Heisei only used the nuclear pulse in Godzilla vs. Biollante, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, and Godzilla vs. Mothra. Then we've never seen the Kings again.
Yeah, we do.
There's theories that he used it on Mechagodzilla with the shock anchors, but we don't actually see him use it. There's theories he used it in burning mode, but again, we never actually see him do it. The only times we ever see Heisei Godzilla use the nuclear pulse, it visibly is in against Biolante's tentacle, King Ghidorah's neck, and then when Mothra tries to get up and close and personal.
So 3 times. Okay.
Again, I get the idea that because Showa Godzilla has he's very inconsistent. He has these very different tones, but I think part of the fun with KWC is that you can have fun with that. So exactly. It's let's have Raids again Godzilla use the magnetism because that's part of his default abilities. Or not, it's really up to the writer.
But at the same time, Showa Godzilla isn't just the hero. He's literally a multiple personality disorder.
So he's
right.
Let's just be honest here, okay? Let's just be honest.
He's an extreme version of Heisei.
If we bring in Showa Godzilla, who is actually going to use anything but superhero role Godzilla? And if you want to be technical and only use the hero Godzilla, instead of writing out Godzilla Showa, write out Godzilla 70s. And there you go. That's for power.
Again, it gets so into details and whatnot that I just rather have the monster at least. Because here's my note. I'll give it for this. Godzilla Legendary's personality may change, but at least for the ones we have, Junior. Junior was in one movie. That's a bad example. Godzilla Hesse. You could see from the beginning of that series to the end, okay, that is one Godzilla. Yes, he gets fatter over time. Let's not make an argument there.
Hey,
but it's the same core personality. His personality really doesn't change too much, except when Junior is introduced, or the little Godzilla, then you could see a personality switch. But then,
I don't know, man. I didn't see Godzilla charging after and eating radiation every damn day like he did in 85.
Exactly. You can see the shift you can see that shift. Well, actually, no. He went after the
He went after some reactors in Biollante, didn't he?
Yeah. He was going after what was the core areas.
That whole thing, after Biollante. But afterward, that whole thing was ignored.
Oh, and then King Ghidorah, he went after the nuclear submarine.
Right. No, the nuclear submarine went after him.
Well, yeah, but he attacked it anyway. So.
Yeah, it's
and heck, in the Return of Godzilla, he also attacked the submarine too. So.
Yeah. And then in Mecha, no. Well, I guess after that in Mothra, he was just kind of.
Yeah, really. I think the only time he ever goes
Mothra, he was just kind of pissed off because it's actually kind of funny in Mothra, he just he goes over to find Mothra, and he just gets sucked under a volcano. He's just well, I guess I have to deal with this. It's it's like Godzilla's off day, really.
Yeah, Godzilla was pointless in that movie.
Off day, you mean he didn't no reason to be in that movie?
Yeah, he had no reason to be in that movie other than give Mothra
it was pretty much a remake of Mothra with 2 monsters. 2 extra monsters. I think that's what the Heisei Mothra film pretty much was. So
that's why it says Godzilla and Mothra. It's not like Godzilla versus Mothra.
In the
it's
Japanese
like just...
title, it's Godzilla vs. Mothra. So.
Oh, it is? Oh,
yes.
I thought it was Godzilla and Mothra. Oh, right.
It's called Godzilla and Mothra Battle for Earth here in the States, but in Japan it's just called Godzilla vs. Mothra. So.
Oh, well, again, yeah, you would definitely agree. Godzilla could be taken out of that movie. It wouldn't be too much of an issue. But just like Spider-Man Civil War, I think we're all happy that he's in there anyway, because he still provided a lot better fight than if we would have got stuck with Mothra fighting Batra the entire movie, which, no offense, Batra Larva was cool enough. That Godzilla vs. Larva fight was great. No arguments there.
Right. But yeah, still, I honestly don't really see the problem with Showa. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, I could see how being very different in every movie can be a bit of a problem, but according to I believe this is Toho canon, and it did say 55 to 75 is the exact same Godzilla. Hard to believe, I know, but that's the case.
Hey, you know how you said Showa Godzilla was a bit inconsistent?
Yeah.
Well, actually, now that I think about it, no, you were actually right. With Minya would have softened him up. So, okay, I'll counter my point there. You convinced me.
He could be the first schizophrenic monster in the KWC.
Well,
That'd be
there's
hilarious.
always Gamera, who went out, who was like originally really didn't go out of his way to cause much damage. Then by the time G3 comes around, he's just blowing through buildings like he doesn't even care.
Right, yeah. Even Gamera has a certain.
In the first movie, he blasted away because he tried to hit Gauss with the fireballs, and he just blasted half of the city apart.
Right.
Not
Again,
really
his
like.
point. MM's point is that even in the Gamera films, there is a certain shift with the character over the course of time. Now, don't get me wrong, Gamera also keeps certain aspects of himself, but by G3, he's pretty much, his priority is slaying Gauss, and if it means protecting most of humanity, he will sacrifice some.
Well, two notes. One, if that city wasn't evacuated in G1, that it would have been a whole lot worse of a situation, because that's the only reason why there were no real casualties, or the casualties were minimized, because the whole city was supposed to be evacuated. Mm-hmm. And two, I'd like to note, they made that exact note in Gamera 2, which he lost his connection to humanity, which kind of lost his humanity, and you saw that in G3.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can see that.
Counter. Uppercut.
But schizophrenic Godzilla, that sounds hilarious. I love that.
But actually, to counter all your... Actually, one last counter, which I completely blanked on until I just realized what we were originally on. We have Mechagodzilla Showa, who can be fake Godzilla, who has to impersonate Godzilla. Therefore, he can do all the things you said. He just needs a motivation. That's all you need to put him into the match. Essentially, he has to blend in, being Godzilla. It's I guess I got to do the backflips, because Andrew wrote him doing the moves and whatnot.
The problem with that is
it's not the real Showa Godzilla.
Yeah,
and
it has
even that has its own limitations.
It's a very hard thing to imagine. Under stressful, this is one of the reasons why I've abandoned Godzilla in a match I'm almost done with. Andrew probably knows what match I'm talking about. In favor of Kaiju, is because I can see the likes of Ultraman, Ultra 7, Zone Fighter teaming up with Heisei Godzilla out of necessity over a bigger evil. However, if you put Heisei Godzilla and Ultraman against Gigan and Megalon, that's just a really awkward team up to take on lesser kaiju like that. Showa Godzilla just makes so much more sense to do a team up with an Ultra, or even Kaiju, or Jet Jaguar, or Mogera, any heroic monster. It just makes more sense to use Showa Godzilla, unless we're talking about Rodan and Anguirus. Because Anguirus can be good with anything. And also Anguirus goes back on your whole little counter for, doesn't stay in character all the time. We have 1955 Anguirus, which is known to be the killer of the living, the murderous, rampaging ball of spikes. And then we got superhero Anguirus, which is what everybody uses.
Right.
Yeah, true.
So...
Not to mention, I'm pretty sure a couple matches have used Baragon in a more GMK type of role than the carnivorous predatory dinosaur that Showa one is.
Really?
Well, I mean,
Which
even
one?
the new one right now. Actually, great transition there, Josh, into the newest match, or the second newest match, which is Anguirus Showa and Baragon versus Mechagodzilla Showa and Monster X. Which, yes, Baragon was not shown in a predatory light. He was shown more in a aggressive with Anguirus, as they had a competition, a natural, tendency to fight each other. I don't know how you describe it. Rivalry, that's the term. And yeah, that match worked well because you could. Again, it wasn't really GMK. It wasn't really a hero. He was just being an animal, like having a rivalry with another creature. And banner was done by myself again, and it was created by David Click, which I think was Yabaru, I think.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Because I had no idea his name. I was like asking Anthony. I was like, "Hey, do you know his name?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Oh God!" Immediately. Was
but I messaged you because I got him on Facebook, and I even sent him the link for this match. So he was pretty surprised that it even got posted.
Oh yeah, it was a fantastic match. I read this because I was like, because it was like about a week and a half before it went up. I was like, I'll read this and get up, and I was like, oh my God, this is fantastic.
I think will like the ending to this match.
Yeah, I think he would as well.
Or at least just the outcome.
The only note I have is he probably won't like some spoilers and the fact that Monster X actually does take out an opponent. Does it? Wait, am I mixing that up? Oh no, wait, I think that's their opposite way. Maybe. It's something like that. I think I might have mixed that up.
I think you might have mixed that one up.
Monster X kills Gorsaurus.
Yes, in a match called Anguirus and Baragon versus...
To be fair, Anguirus versus... that match I thought was pretty well done. It made sense. And then we have the last match, which is Mechagodzilla Showa versus Gamora and Mogera, which was by Kenneth James.
Who?
Godzilla Wolf, I believe. That's what he's called in forms.
Yes, that guy. Exactly.
Yeah, it was kind of refreshing to see another match out of a lot of these people again, so...
Yeah, it was a back catalog, so it was like, yeah, it works.
Speaking of back catalogs, they're a great shot. I know you got this match. I know you got this one match called Mechanicon versus Kamakidon, and then this other match with Megalon and Gigan versus Jakiro, Spyler, and Morgilgar, and Mechagodzilla versus Kamasagami, and Godzilla Jr. versus Godzilla 2014. I don't even remember some of the other matches which I have. Let me just go into my folder real quick.
I just want to make a note that all matches that are submitted to me will be released, are not going to be released in the order that I received them. Sometimes, I have a again, I think Titano put this well. I may receive it, but it doesn't mean it's going to instantly go up. I mean, these took a few years. But I can say that all matches will eventually be posted, and I am working hard on getting them. And the easier that they are for me to read over, the easier it is for me to put them up. So I can say, honestly, you'll probably see it go up sooner rather than later.
And then there's Gazora versus Rodan. And Mothra,
I have a great idea. I have a great idea.
Mothra Leo versus Megaguirus.
I have a great idea. Month.
Exactly.
No.
I'm just kidding.
I forbid
No,
it.
I don't think you are kidding.
I don't see, just hear me out here. Why don't you guys, because I imagine there's a bunch of matches in the backlog. I get it. I understand that. And I'm imagining, you got all those matches, and it doesn't take that long to read a match. I'm just lazy when I do it. I know Andrew here has a lot of the banners made up. Why don't you just get with Arbok?
Some of them.
Why don't you just get with Arbok or Anthony, whatever you choose to call the guy, and starting next month, we are going to take every Monday and make it Monday night fight night, and just post 3 or 4 matches all in one big shot. Boom.
Because supply and demand. Because I also have to make a banner with those, and the banner takes the longest time.
Well, get a bunch of banners made up. I know there's a bunch of banners already made up. I've seen the banner for Mechanicon versus
Billy, yeah.
So I'm assuming you guys got a handful of banners made up already.
Yeah, we did.
I think
we do.
great shot. I sent you. I think shot you like with the match I sent you recently. That I said it's like if you have any matches you want to send over to me for make banners for, I'd be willing to help.
Help! I mean,
Yes.
I'm
which currently I'm in the process of planning out the next release, which is why I haven't messaged you.
Oh, okay, okay, all right.
Which I should note, the next match will actually be an animated. And it's going to be MM's favorite because it's going to be starring one of his favorite monsters of all time.
Monster X.
It can't be Monster X. Nor. Oh my God! Tell me somebody put strings on a Monster X figure and just like controlling it like a puppet. Please tell me that's what it is.
I cannot. That's not. Well, it's not. Okay, it's not your absolute favorite monster, but it's one of the ones apparently you dislike now. So there's that, and it would tie into last month.
I like Mechagodzilla though.
But I think once you see what the guy did with him, you might not like it. Actually, I'll give you guys a. Oh wait, give me a second. I can.
I'm trying to think because I imagine if he's using Mechagodzilla, it has to be the Chogokin, which I love that figure.
Yeah. Wait. Hold on.
But if you want, I'm not super great at Photoshop or anything, but I can try my hand at banner making.
Well, this one actually does use the. It actually does use.
You just cut out.
It does use the fake Godzilla figure.
The fake Godzilla figure?
Uh-huh.
That's only a Bandai.
Oh, hold on. I just need to find it first. You guys continue. I'll have it in a second.
Okay. But, yeah, anyway. Let's see. I felt like we were talking about something else, and I completely forgot what it was. Oh, right. Battle Soccer. Right.
Oh, goody.
Right. So now that Gray Shot's here, he could, clear up a couple things real quick. Now, I think, as I said already, we definitely have plans of getting Zeton and Bolton into the KWC, as soon as we humanly can, while Ace Killer, Ella Kink, and King Joe, they're going to be a little bit later down the line. When, I can't say, but just much later.
You guys can have a sneak peek at this.
Oh, see, I don't have any problems with that.
Yeah.
Like I don't dislike fake Godzilla. I just want to use the real show.
Oh no! This one, it's the reason why I made note of it is full CGI. That's why.
I don't think that's much of a problem.
Yeah.
I was just messing with the idea that you guys thought it was going to be another figure one, because this is actually a new guy. It was actually his name is the Sci-Fi guy, and his work is fantastic. You ever seen Godzilla vs. Hecaton or his other Godzilla vs. series? They're actually very, very well done, and he did a very short for us. So big shout out and big thank you to him. It should be actually up in the next week or so.
Right, and I think. Well, maybe we should really be discussing the animated when it comes out, so I'll keep my mouth shut on that. But
but yeah, yeah, it's just as a teaser, for our audience.
So, yeah, I think, they're watching the video right now. However, I'd like you guys to keep, just wait until the match is actually posted on the site. So, that'd be nice.
Yes, no spoilers on who he's fighting or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
For the next KWCC, we could actually talk about it and, all that good stuff. So.
Just a really quick question here. As I said before, I have the ability to make banners. I can help out.
If you show us, what you have in banner making skills, just send it over to me, and I'll send it over to Gray Shot and see what he thinks of it.
Here's an idea. If you actually make the banners to your own, matches, yeah, you could see them. The amount of time you would see them go up much quicker, a lot quicker. It just has to be in the KWC style, which is like the 100 by 4 or 1000 by 450.
1000 by 450, yeah.
Yep. which is actually kind of like the same size of the banners. We just increase them to that, try to make it a little bit even. And then the font has to be Godzilla with the black and red. But yeah, all that jazz.
The font I would have trouble with unless you can.
I can help you with I can help you with the font. So it's like just send me the match when you have it done. Then I'll put on the font and send it off the Great Shot.
What did you say the size has to be then?
1,000 by 1,000 length by 4. Wait, no, 1,000 width by 450 height.
1,000 width. That's default length width.
Indeed. But at the same time, again, the main note for that is, if you make, if you make the banner, it makes it a little bit easier. And at the same time, it's like my goal is to get 2 a month, which technically we've done, I think, so far this year. Actually, hold on, let me do my math. Let me do quick math. We've had the first match this year was my match, which was 164. So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we've had January, February, March, April, May, 5 months. So yeah, it makes sense. 2 a month. Aha. Oh, and that doesn't even count the animated ones, which technically we've had 2. So technically we are doing even better. So haha. That counts for the leap year. You're welcome. Yeah, but otherwise, I think that just leaves the last one, which is, the Showa versus... Which, again, was a nice little go back and forth, and it was nice to see Mogera come back. I tried to incorporate monsters that... I think you should... The next lineup, which I'm trying to get up, is monsters you haven't seen in a while, so, yeah.
Right, which is... all I can say is thank goodness, because that's kind of like what I've been... It's part of the reason I kind of really got myself invested in KWC. It was like, not only what I'd like to write with monsters, that I obviously love, but, give the obscure monsters a little bit more light. So it's like, instead of being like, this monster will only have, 3-match life cycle and that's it, I'm going to try and push for, giving each monster, 5 from me. Unfortunately, with the exception of Godzillasaurus due to his retirement, so.
I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to finish that all-out Godzilla War match.
Should we discuss the battle soccer stuff? Because
right.
That's kind of
yes. Right. This crazy exception. Yes. Go on.
Right. So anyway, we did mention a good chunk of the Ultraman monster side of things. I expect him to appear. Just Zeton and Bolton will be sooner than Ace Killer, Ella King, and King Joe. Now, as of right now, I don't think we would have any real plans for Kudara or Killazy. Maybe they'll be added, maybe not. I don't know. But anyway, the big elephant in the room regarding that, though, is Kamen Rider and Gundam. So, and I believe, Great Shot, what was your final word on that?
My note on Gundam is more associated with... you can make the exception with Rogue Titan because they are giant monsters. You can make the note of even Gileon because they're robots fighting monsters, so it makes sense. Gundam, it's a little bit harder to say because they're all just fighting giant machines. I mean, I'm not sure of any giant creatures, so that would be a lot harder to put in. And Kamen Rider, I think, is even even more out there. So that would be my note.
Shadow Moon can become a giant. Just saying. So he can actually. Let's see. I think he's supposed to go. Let's see. He was supposed to be about as big as Jay was in that little video or whatever, and Jay's supposed to be about 40 meters tall when he goes giant. So technically speaking, we could use Shadow Moon, which would be kind of good because we really don't have an evil quotation or evil ultra quotation marks ish character.
Well, except for Ace Killer.
Well, Ace Killer, I don't know. Yeah.
Wasn't Ace Killer an extension of Yapple though?
It depends on the iteration. I think Ace Killer, in the original Ultraman Ace, he was kind of his own thing. But there is, a future iteration of Ace Killer, which was a Yapple creation, so.
Well, Ace Killer, for correction, was created from Yapple back in Ace's original series.
Oh.
So, I mean, yeah, he's just a mechanical thingy. That just
mechanical thingamabob, of course.
Yeah, thingamabob. Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
The only thing that I just kind of have against like us using Ace Killer is just that it's just kind of the evil duplicate with the same powers as the other Ultras. I don't know. I just kind of feel a bit uninterested in that. I mean, with Shadow Moon, at least he kind of has some different powers. I mean, he has his little electric bolts that kind of actually double as like a gravity beam, and his sword did chop boulders in half and cleanly. So I don't know.
Right. Yeah. My other problem with, and this is more on a personal side than an objective side, is that I don't have any real expertise on Gundam or Kamen Rider, so I wouldn't really know how to get them in there. Yeah, I'd need to consult some people that would know the series much better than me. So.
That is what I have to do every time you guys speak of Ultraman. I'm just like, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. I have no idea.
Right.
I think we should keep the Gundams out. We need to build a wall.
I
Jordan.
kind of agree. I don't think the Gundam should.
Yeah, honestly, like, even if I did know, I might not add Gundam, so I'm glad I'm not the only one. So.
Am I like the only one in this group that has actually watched both Gundam and Rider? Probably so.
I watched
and these Kamen
one with the
Riders, we don't know
lion?
if they're
I
thieves
watched-
or rapists, but I assume most of them are good people.
I remember as a kid, Gundam I saw like a few episodes of, but I never could get into. I watched more of the one with the lions. It was the Zoids.
Yeah, Zoids is cool.
Yeah.
Only
that was like
Zoids at all.
yeah. And then
We got Kaiju.
yeah, true. I'm not gonna lie, Kiryu by far, design-wise, I like the best of. Like Showa has that like alien look, Hessie.
Ew, Gray Shot, get out. Get out right now.
What?
Get out.
What?
I'm kicking you out of this. Get out.
And we all
What's
know
wrong
Showa
with-
looks the most intimidating.
Intimidating there. I don't see what's
I'm
wrong
just making
with
a note, like. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what did I say something? What?
Showa
what my mind
Mechagodzilla
is
is
stuff.
alien. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what makes him cool compared to the other two, which are Earth-made.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He has that alien look, which just makes him distinct from all the rest. One is purely mechanical, one is alien, and one is more biological based. They all are distinct. That's the note I'm thinking. Exactly. Thank you.
So yeah.
I find this really funny coincidence how the KWC and the Pipework games went in the order of adding the Mechagodzillas. First it was Mechagodzilla 2, then Kiryu, and then finally Showa.
Oh wow.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I'm sad now.
Why are you sad?
Because we just got compared to Pipeworks.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I'm here to help with my shitty puns and my coincidence pointing out.
Yeah. Pointing out
that's
all
the
the
thing.
coincidence and making them fact.
Oh wow. I can't believe we had. I just realized we haven't had a Zone Fighter match in 115. Wow.
In eons.
Wait, I could go even farther. Sanda, since match 99, the only match.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Again, there are a plethora of lesser monsters that I'd love to see used. So,
Well, right now,
like Mechani Kong.
yes, exactly,
Ooh.
like Mechanicon.
Yeah, I
exactly.
know. Like, if only there was a Mechani Kong match that could be put up sometime soon. Or
Maybe never.
Or how about Kamaso Gami?
Or Biolante.
Or let's see what else is here. Mega Gearus and Mothra Leo.
Biolante,
honestly, I don't even think I have a Biolante match.
Daigoro?
Looking over
Daigoro's
these, I
another
don't think I have a Biolante match. I don't think I have. Let me double check Sanda. Hold on. I think I might have one.
I know someone's making a Biolante
Nope, I have
versus
no
Adora match, which
I
would
have
be
no
interesting.
Sanda. I have no Sanda, which I poor Sanda. He's just not. Again, that's the other. Like, I actually. Would you guys feel bad about? Like, again, this is purely hypothetical. I'm saying this off my hip. Sanda, retire? Question mark.
No.
No.
Honestly,
you gotta keep both gargantuous.
Yeah, exactly. That's my sentiment. It's like keep both gargantuous. It's like
if you have one, have the other. I get it's like a
Pretty
pair. Okay, makes sense. Perfect sense.
plus I have plans for Sanda, so.
Crystalac, yeah, we have Crystalac. Frankenstein, got Frankenstein.
Red King hasn't been one for a while. Same case with Orochi, Obsidious. I'm not counting ones from 142 and beyond. Because 142 is when we started.
Space Godzilla.
Yeah, that's Space Godzilla. Definitely. Spiraler.
We added a lot of the, here, let me actually, the next match I have,
Ikusagami.
oh my god, I should just release my match, because that would take care of 2 of these. That'd be perfect.
Okay, fair enough.
Release another one of your matches. That's
Yeah.
For 176, yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, exactly, 176, please. It'll be in the future.
War Gilgar, Zandola. Well,
yeah, I know. If only there was another War Gilgar and Spyler match I could get posted soon.
Believe me, if it had not been for Writer's Block, I'd be writing up a storm.
I know there's not
Right
any
now,
other.
I have the arc plan. I have this arc plan, so I have 15 matches I've written, and all of them are basically continuing the arc. We've currently been up to episode 5 of that arc, so I haven't even started past that. And I finished that like 2-3 years ago, and I've just been focusing on more of redoing them and other things. I think last one I was trying to write. I wrote one match 3 times, and 3 USB drives broke on me. Literally, I made a backup, and it broke. I was like, "You've got to be kidding me! This God is saying something about this match." Actually, you know what? It was Orochi versus...
Wait. He's quoting the comic book guy from Godzilla vs. Gigan.
That's true. It actually, comically enough, was Orochi versus Gamera, and I was been trying to get that done for so long. Do I even still have that? Let me look. God damn, I hate that.
I think someone sent me that match, and I sent it to KaijuX.
Yeah, and I sent that to you. So.
No. I wrote a match. I wrote
a Orochi versus Gamera match. Oh wow, that's 2.
Personal. Oh. Yeah. Oh my God, 16 part 1. I sent it to a friend of mine. Yeah, Gamera versus Orochi, and it dealt with the freaking guy from Final Wars, and it had this whole thing. Where does it end? Oh my God, it ends with the God dang it! God dang it! It ends on page 12. Oh God. I guess there's not too much more to write, but God damn it.
Yeah.
Language.
Sorry.
Yeah, this is a kid's show.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a PG show.
This is a PG show
Yes,
when
for
we
every
had
man-child that there
out
is.
Their eyes.
So can I just send something here real quick?
Go ahead.
Okay, hold on.
Oh wait,
It's not directly to size, but you know.
Right. Well, it's a mock-up, so we'll be flexible.
Just remember, this is a PG show.
Yeah, I know. There you go.
Oh hey.
Did
you just make that?
That's actually not bad.
Yeah.
Huh.
So wait, since this is a PG show, I can't rearrange the letters of the word Sith to something else.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Hits?
It's not. I mean, you could use some blur effect on Rodan. The lightning, you could definitely tell it's out of place. It's a clear sky. Not sure why there's fucking lightning in there.
Okay. Before you start criticizing me here, I'm gonna point out that you are using Ultra Axe, not even blurring the joints.
What? I blurred the joints.
Someone did. What match was that?
You mean Baragon versus Ultraman? You know what I mean?
Yeah, the joints aren't really blurred.
Oh no, the horror.
So.
Okay, touche. I'll give you that on that one. Apparently, that was also the wrong Ultraman. So, oops.
Double oops.
Yeah. See, my effect is like I can't really do the. I use Microsoft Paint, or not Microsoft Paint.
PowerPoint.
Well, actually no, I do use Microsoft Paint. I use PowerPoint and Paint. I make the image on PowerPoint and then I copy it over to Paint and then I make the size and I crop it to that exact size.
I use Microsoft Picture and Photos.
Is there a Microsoft Picture? Microsoft.
It's a really old. It's from like 2003.
I use my imagination.
Man, I could do some more, like probably like a.
Yeah, I probably have to say like the biggest, clouds would be nice, but the more importantly, give Rodan a little bit more shadows. That way he has a little bit more depth. But
and definitely blur. But yeah, not bad. Again, yeah. Not bad,
yeah. Hey, hold on, I'll add a little blur to Rodan real quick.
Wait, the simple image editing tools. Oh, I actually might just do this. But yeah, no, otherwise, for my matches, I try to make them, I understand my limitations, and I think the best ones that I have is, comically enough, the ones where I can blur the image or, like, hide them are my favorite images. Like, for instance, the newer one that we just did, which was, the second newest one, which is Aguirre and Baragon versus Mechagodzilla Showa and Monster X. That one I had a blast with, because I can do the shadows, and I can do, like, fog and stuff really, really well. Because it's all about layering and stuff, so that's easy.
Right. Layering's a lot of fun, and even I can speak for that.
Yeah, but when it came to like Mechagodzilla Showa and versus Gamora and Mogera, that one was more of okay. I got Gamora coming in, I got I have Mogera coming in. Where do I put Mechagodzilla? Oh, I'll have him burst through a building, and that one I like the effects, but I understand it's not great. It's not flawless as much as I like to toot my own horn. Otherwise, what else? Like the Mechagodzilla Showa versus Gamora, like that one, the fire everywhere. That one just, again, it helps hide. I like it because it also helps hide the little stuff around, like all the buildings getting burned apart, like whatnot. You really can't see the fine details because that extra fire effect wasn't there. You could easily see because it's there. Just like, oh yeah, it's hidden. Yay! You can't see my failures. But no, otherwise, yeah. So if you too want to be a banner creator for the KWC, let us know.
Yep. You can. Yeah. Actually, for the people watching this on YouTube, you can literally just PM me, say, "Hey, I'm interested in making banners," and I was like, "Okay, hey, yeah, you just send me a sample. I'll show it to Grayshot, see if he approves, and I'll let you know." So.
But first, you have to withstand wave after wave of public humiliation.
Oh yeah. You have to first off, you have to write a really bad match and get it posted and say it's really good, and label it 165, and then have everyone else yell at you and just like say, "Hey, Grayshot, this wasn't a good match at all." And it's like, okay, thanks.
You mean 164?
Oh yeah, 164. Sorry, and you really have to find the one guy that hates Monster X and write a match that has Monster X being really, really badass and awesome.
Even though he still loses.
I am not going to give you any sort of.
And you have to endear by puns.
Exactly. You have to endear all the puns, all the puns and sarcastic wits.
Yes, and there's plenty of sarcastic.
Also, plenty of flubs.
Yes, plenty of flubs. So, yeah. But
in any case, we are. This is the year anniversary, which again, congratulations to us. I'm pretty sure Andrew probably made a note of that.
Yeah, I made a note of that at the way beginning. So.
But on the one note, since this is the year, we have something that we didn't do last year, but we should do this year, is things we expect to happen in the next year of the KWC.
That's actually a good discussion point. So.
And it allows us to have content for next year. So technically, we're planning ahead. See, Andrew, this is what we need more of: more future thinking. Get on that right now. Make notes.
You mean like me replacing you?
Okay, I got one. Monster X needs to win another match. My King Caesar versus Monster X match is still Monster X's only victory, and it's been over a year. Actually, more like
not even over a year. It's been like, oh god.
To be fair, To be fair, I think in my match, Monster X would have won if his teammate didn't screw him over. Okay, he would have easily won.
Hey, if it doesn't show Monster X's picture in the Victor
mean,
picture, it's not a win.
Right, a loss is a loss, no matter how bad arse you act. So
when you say other monsters, don't you mean yourself screwing him over?
Technically, true. That is right. I am a cold-hearted monster, and when I had Orga eat him, I did smile with true intent and malice. But I'm just making a note. He came close, and who knows? Maybe he's not even dead. Who knows? Dun dun dun.
Spoilers.
But no. For one thing, I would want for the KWC matches, or something I would like in the next year, is we had the KWC animated released last year, and so far it's doing well. But my hope is that we have a big, epic, awesome expansion of that part of the site. So I'm hoping for more animated matches coming in, and that really develops into its own thing. Mm-hmm. Fingers crossed.
Mm-hmm. Right, totally. I kind of look forward to see how the animated, expands and sort of kind of like, become. But I hope that becomes its own thing. So, because that'd be really cool. That would be really cool. It's like, have pros matches, animated matches.
If Godzilla Dungeons and Dragons can, return, then I think the animated can do well.
Yeah.
But here, a monster. But here, what do you guys have other than, I'm guessing, more sarcastic wit and whatnot, and more matches of Monster X losing?
I don't know. Sounds like a game plan to me.
It just can't be done.
Nope. All right, check this one out now, though.
All right. Well, is it like version 2 or just different? All right, come on. Let's see.
Better.
Better. Rodan, I would recommend blurring into the background a lot more because you could definitely tell the picture. Just the picture.
Ooh, nice reflection shot. Didn't even notice.
Yes, nice reflection. I'd recommend getting rid of the lightning. I think that's a little overkill.
Oh, but it's Godzilla versus Rodan.
It's so epic.
Do you have any idea how hard it was to make that, though? It took me a whole 5 minutes.
Oh no, the horror. 5 minutes.
What was my match? Hold on, I need to find it. Wasn't Baragon
versus... it only took 10 minutes instead. Oh.
Hey, if you want excellent lightning effects, you should check out this match that I made. Bam! Look at those lighting effects. Look at it.
Yeah,
look at it.
Look at it. Even
Fun fact.
Looks like Spiderweb. I like how King Kong looks like he's just like a ghost popping all the trees. like part of him behind the trees and like part of his other part is in front of the trees and.
Well, it's a blocking shot. It's these blocks. You can't tell.
I revel
the trees.
How jointly you look.
To be fair, it kind of goes very well. There's a natural.
But MM's has to be flawless, man.
MM has high standards.
MM has to be
MM has very high standards.
Hey, I want to have you know that match. It didn't even have rain in there in the beginning. Thank you. I added that.
Hashtag inaccurate picture.
It was a sunny day in that image.
Inaccurate picture. It's like working right there.
Boo.
Oh, God, that's priceless. Okay, I'm gonna share screens real quick. All right.
Oh, go ahead.
You tell me. You guys tell me when I'm good. When I'm good at making Rodan transparent enough. Okay.
I'm not saying transparent. I'm just saying more blurry.
Okay, is that good?
Good enough.
Is that good?
Hey, I can see his reflection in the water.
Yeah, I can now see his reflection on land.
Easing in.
No. It's not. No, soft edges isn't your thing. You have to blur him as in the entire image, not like from.
Okay, let's blur him entirely.
Right.
Here we go.
Oh God. Okay, maybe
That's
not
a
that
little too
much.
blurry. Do you think you can decrease that?
Going. Just a little bit more.
A little bit more or less?
Right there, and maybe just I don't know how you would imitate that. I have to ask Jackson because I don't know how he did that thing with Maguma and Black Moth where he was able to get both of them looking like that. You know, that old '70s like style.
Mm-hmm. I think it might involve graining too, like a. I'm not familiar with this particular. Maybe effects.
Here it is.
Yeah, filters, like certain filters that you could maybe pull off. Film grain.
Oh Jesus God! Now he's
okay. That's a little bright. Let's see. Is there a way to? Chalk's probably yeah.
Now he's a you know, shockingly enough, that actually wasn't too far off. Like it was actually kind of.
Yeah, when it comes to this sort of stuff,
oh my
requires... God. He's a ghost now.
He's a ghost.
Oh, I wish I was recording this right now. Oh well.
For audio listeners, if you want to know what the heck is going on, Rodan is now becoming Ghost Rodan.
Yes.
Actually, it's pretty cool right there.
He's reenacting
Yeah, I know.
the
It's
scene
so
from
sad that
Godzilla.
like if this were Ghost Rodan, that'd be pretty cool.
We can officially
Or
bring
Rodan's part Predator.
Yeah, maybe he has an invisibility power we don't know of.
Or he could be reenacting the scene from Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2.
I just want to make note, that's the exact same type of effect I tried to do with my first KWC, the banner I did with Kamacuras, where I had him like transparent and glowing. Oh dear God.
Light.
I don't know. Come back to us next on the next KWCC and let us know. Otherwise, it has to beat the Baragon versus King Kong standard. You know, lightning and weird looking monkey and all.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I like my lightning more than I like your lightning.
Well, yeah, because you made it.
Yours
yeah,
like
of course.
I mean, you even had to make yours at nighttime. I got the lightning going on in the day.
When is lightning occurring in the day?
Actually, I'm looking that up right now. Actually,
lightning happens in the day.
Yeah, I'm actually seeing a couple articles that mentioned that it's like, hang on a second, let me see.
Especially when a giant squid fights a giant tyrannosaurus.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see. No, it is not possible to have thunder. Wait, what? Hold on. Oh, that's not. Sorry.
How's that work? Is that better?
Bolts from the blue. I think that's what those kind of bolts, lightning bolts, are called. So it's plausible, but.
Okay, everyone who's listening at home, right, just letting me know.
Oh, but it still needs clouds.
So well, right, some form of clouds, right.
It has to be super realistic and super obvious it's not fake. So that means MM cannot use anything that has obvious joints, lightning that comes from another picture, and it has to be flawless, unlike King versus Baragon or Baragon versus Ultraman.
I just want to make note, if you look at my matches, I actually try to use the figures and whatnot because they actually do try to blend in. That's actually by Stephanie.
Yeah, that's by, not Gray Shot, so.
Yeah, you're going against me, buddy. You got the low bar. You're fighting the lowest bar.
Hold on. Let me find a perfect thing for it here, then. Okay.
Oh God.
Dig blasted.
Nope.
Nope.
Switching back.
I
immediately went to
I'm
Chrome.
Not recording this right now.
I'm now in Chrome. I'm not looking.
It's off. Calm down.
Yeah, it's off.
Okay. Dear God. You know, if you were gonna look up Zilla, the '98 film, you could have just let us know. I mean, God, I don't want to see that.
All right, here, this could help things real quick if I do something like this.
Oh God. So in any case, as you know, does that. I think we just hit the 2-hour mark.
Yeah, we are. So, whew, man.
And so we'll have next time. We'll have demonstrate his awesome image. Maybe Andrew can link that in the description or something.
Right. I'll see what I can do. So, anyway, yeah. Oh my goodness. Thank you everyone for being able to participate here. You know, you guys, and to be serious for a moment, the 85 subscribers I have now, like, it doesn't.
So that's a lot.
Yeah, I know. Oh, it's like I don't know. I just feel really happy that I've been doing something. Yeah, just doing something. So that just makes me really happy. You know, instead of the usual, 3.5.
Hey, don't be dissing Tom and Jerry.
But yeah,
they've been with us from the very beginning.
Yes, they have. Thank you, Tom and Jerry, for sticking around. But yeah, thank you guys for being here for this whole year, and hey, hope for another year.
That looks good.
Oh, right. Hope for, another who knows how long of more shenanigans and all that good stuff, and yeah,
6 seasons in a movie.
Yeah.
And a spin-off series.
Yeah, I know, right? No, the committee reads that as the spin-off series. Oh my goodness. But yeah, anyway, yeah, that's about
Watch out for the KWCC in Los Angeles coming out fall or October 2016.
No, the C podcast. Remember?
Oh right, yeah.
Hosted by Conan O'Brien.
We're not adding letters. We're actually getting rid of them. That's how cool we are.
Yeah, that's how cool we are. Hashtag C podcast. Anyway, see you guys later.
Later, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Take care, and to another year of KWCCs.
Make sure to spay and neuter your pets.
Oh God.
All right. Bye.
Later.